Waveforms.
Waveforms. Look at them. Look at them waveforms right there. Them is good
I'm
waveforms.
They go up and they go down. It's like a wave. They just go up and down.
Hey, don't you come over here.
Are you forming a wave? Are you forming
Hey, I'm forming a wave over here. You stay over there with your forming a wave.
You know, your cousin formed waves once.
You got a problem?
Hey, don't you be talking about my cousin, eh?
You're making my mama cry.
You're making my mama waveform over here, eh?
Hello, friends. This is Kristie, and you're listening to Tales to Inspire.
Off the grid and with a chip on their shoulder. It's been almost a year since the failed invasion of Sicily, and since Operation American Defense decided to go AWOL. With a handful of destroyed Nazi bases behind them, the heroes still have not found Adolf Hitler. But an unforeseen ally will soon provide the information they've been burning down Europe to find.
As we open up this issue of Tales to Inspire, we actually don't open it up with a narrative bit, but we actually open it up with some mechanics. Because, Marlo, because of your fight with the Ubermensch, or rather I should say Crystal Gazer's fight with the Ubermensch.
No, it was Marlo.
You're right, Marlo was there. And there is a move we have called Death's Door. And whenever you would be forced to mark a condition, and you already have 5 conditions marked, choose one. So, Marlo, there is a list of options here. I'm not going to go through all of them because there are a lot. But, Marlo, you choose one of these options, and then let's walk through what happened to Crystal Gazer after Sicily.
Before I do that, can I go on record and say it was less like a fight and more like just getting my tail beaten? Like just like being just totally wrecked?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So this Death's Door move, I have selected the secrets you've been keeping are revealed. Mm-hmm. So Crystal Gazer... basically, how this is... Let me before I say what all secrets are revealed, I'm going to kind of reveal it in a sort of comic book format. So,
yeah.
I figure when we open the page, you see the first shot is of her in the back of the vehicle leaving the scene just after they, like, got away from Ubermensch. And she's just passed out from pain. And you see her arriving to an army, like, medic tent in North Africa. And she is being seen to her wounds. And you see her mask being taken off of her face. And before anyone can step in. And then the next scene is, what you see is a headline that, like, laying on a table. Crystal Gazer, Secret Identity, Margaret Meadows, Hollywood Starlet. And then you see Crystal Gazer, you see a plane landing, and then Crystal Gazer getting off with help. She's being assisted. badly bruised. Like her abdomen is wrapped, and there are reporters all lined up taking photos. And I think that's kind of what kind of sets this up.
Mm-hmm. So we see those flashes of those panels. Do we see Crystal Gazer's further recovery? Do we see where she is? How does she get from the United States back to Europe? Especially now that the team has gone AWOL.
I have an idea for how she gets back to Europe.
Okay.
There could be a page of me and Sister Solstice like sneaking into the hospital or something to be with her, and then we get her out to come back.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay. So are you still in the hospital, or are you out and about?
Yeah, I think when we kind of focus in on her in like real time, so we're not just passing time in the shot, you see her, she's holding on to some bars that run parallel to each other, and she's holding on and walking, and she seems to be doing well, but she gets a little winded. Mm-hmm. And she's doing basically physical therapy to try to make sure that she's getting right. Her studio's probably paying for this so that they can get her back in front of the camera, but with all of the media buzz, so you see her kind of walking, and you kind of just see her stop and take a breath.
So I think Margaret Meadows takes a breath, and then we see like a word bubble come in from the side of the panel.
Get back, you heathens! She like slams it in their face. So, as you can see, it feels like your secret's out.
Yeah, so I'm told.
You okay with that?
No, but what choice do I have?
Well, just keep kicking ass. I'll keep these asses outside.
Thanks. So, where's everybody else?
That is the question, but we're gonna take you back, so no worries.
Yeah. I gotta get out of this hospital. It's driving me mad. They won't leave me alone. They come in every hour to check my vitals, and I can't sleep, and I'm good at sleeping anyway, but I gotta get out of here.
I wouldn't leave you behind, babe. I can't deal with Doctor without you anyway.
How is he?
Wrong person to ask, sweetie.
Don't tell him I asked you that either.
No worries. Baby girl's down the hall. I'll go get her. Like I said, I'll get rid of these heathens. Don't work up too much of sweat. We got work to do.
You got it.
And then you just see her open up the door and be like, oh my goodness! If you do not back up at least 5, you're in my space. You're in my space. Just door shuts.
I like it. Sister Solstice, do you have anything to add to that scene?
You just see like this as she looks out into like the crowd of people outside the door. You see a purple hood kind of like trying to scoot around, like shorter than everybody, but like trying to like weave in and out and like stay inconspicuous.
She's trying to be very conspicuous. Look at me over here, everybody. I'm a witch. I'm a 13-year-old witch.
You're in the background going, oh my gosh, Margaret Meadows is my favorite.
I love her so much.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Are you a fan of Margaret Meadows movies such as Gone with the Wind?
Naturally, yes.
Very nice. Okay. And then back inside the physical therapy room, Margaret Meadows, I assume you're getting your stuff ready to go overseas?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think because of the, like, media being outside, they kind of set her up in a room that had all of this stuff in it already, because, like, moving her from room to room literally was, like, shifting through a crowd. Like, they could get them out of the hospital, but inevitably someone would sneak in, you know, so it's like, and then crowds would build up because people would hear that she was there, so they kind of, like, kept her in this one space. So she walks over to, like, her bed area and, like, picks up her things and gets everything together, and, like, you can see even that has winded her again. And she's trying to catch her breath, but she can't take too big of breaths because I imagine she's got some broken ribs. And she, like, grabs her bag and puts it up on the bed. Lets out another and then, like, looks around the room like, okay, I got this. I can do it. Just gotta get out that door and not look like I'm exhausted. This is what I've been training my whole life for. Just one real life acting job.
And I think then we have some panels of you walking by, grabbing your plain clothes. A shot of you picking up your blue and black superhero outfit. And then you're Margaret Meadows, but now you're also Crystal Geiger. And so I think you have an arrangement of flowers that have been sent to you from so many people. Adoring fans, politicians, people that want their first interview with you. And I think there is a very big and ostentatious red, white, and blue wreath kind of thing that's like Gerber daisies that has been arranged in like a circle, and attached to it is a card that says Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President of the United States, for a quick recovery and an even sooner end to the war.
I think you see her stop and look at the, like, arrangement, the flower arrangement, and she picks up the card and she said, and she, like, you see in her mind, and it kind of utters out of her mouth, actually. She says, "Look at me now, Mama. You said I wouldn't be shit. I'm getting flower arrangements from the President of the United States." And she throws the card down on the table. And then she looks over at the pill bottle and, like, gets this look of consternation on her face. And grabs the bottle, looks down at the letter from the message from Julian, and she throws the bottle into her bag and then grabs the letter, the note, and just rips it up to shreds and throws it on the ground. But she still did take them.
We turn the page, and the little yellow box in the top right corner says, "Half a world away in a war-torn continent." And I think this panel is in media res of Dr. Fusion and Omission and Torchbearer currently fighting some Nazis in a bunker, but I'll let y'all set up the scene. As we turn this page, I think the artist has drawn like a huge splash page, just this epic fight. There's tanks, there's flipped over Kubelwagons, but you tell me, what's going on in this panel? What do we see?
I mean, Omission is coming up behind a Nazi with a wooden plank, pokes him on the shoulder and says, "Do you remember me?" Before he smacks him, pow, right in the face. That's his tagline.
Omission.
I think Dr. Fusion is just kind of bursting between people. I think you see, like, an image of him punching a guy, and then a after image almost, and he's hitting another guy, and that's all you really see there.
We see some more of these Nazi soldiers riding in on, like, motorcycles, and we see a flash of light as Torchbearer zooms in, clotheslines one of them off of his motorcycle, grabs the tail end of the motorcycle, swings it around, and throws it into another motorcycle as it comes up. Just taking down these incoming backup.
Nice. So we see that beautiful page, and there's the bunker behind you. more reinforcements are appearing, coming through the heavily forested French countryside.
French.
French is an adjective. France is a noun. French. But they're coming towards you. You have the bunker behind you. What do you do?
There's got to be some more of that technology in there. Whatever that energy source was. I'm sure we'll find something.
Let's go in then.
We have to learn what they are making so that we can stop them.
We have to kill Hitler. That's the goal. All of this is just extra. Remember that.
It will help us in that final goal. Remember that.
Let's get going.
Okay. Yeah, y'all march in, and I think as you are searching around the bunker, I think Omission is pulling out sticks of dynamite, and you're going to place them on where you have already located, like, you've done your research. You know that, like, these are load-bearing columns. This is where the electrical conduits are. We put it here. It'll explode, hit the gas main. Everything goes sky high.
Heck yeah.
But Omission, as you go to set down a stick of dynamite, you see a stick of dynamite is already there, and it's lit.
Gonna, like, lick my finger and top it.
Yeah. You lick your fingers and you put it out. And Dr. Fusion, as you're looking, you find another roll of dynamite. Torchbearer, wherever you are, you also find a roll of dynamite. And from further in this complex, you hear boots rushing your direction.
Is it a trap?
That doesn't sound good. His hands light up and he throws up a barrier, waiting for what might be coming their way.
Omission's gonna get into his Nazi uniform. And then slap himself in the face several times so he looks bruised.
So we have an issue, or we have a panel of Dr. Fusion, like, battle ready, fusion fist raised. Torchbearer's throwing up a barrier. Omission is half naked, putting on a Nazi uniform.
Yeah. I guess it's Friday again. Oh, Lord.
And then in the next panel, we see a squadron of Nazi soldiers running around the corner. Their guns already firing, but not at you. Their backs are turned to you, and they are firing down the corridor. And we see, like, the little text boxes come up, of course, with the little asterisk that says, translated from German, "Watch out, watch out! The Revenant is upon us! The Revenant is upon us!" And then as we turn the page, Drac, would you please describe your character and what is their first appearance on the show?
Yeah, so you see about a 6'1", 6'2" black man, very built, but more of like a athlete or gymnast kind of build, not like bodybuilder built. He's got a very big, bushy hair that kind of like forces back into like a puffy bun in the back, at the back, and has like part of his neck seems to be scarred, almost like a permanent burn scar up from his neck all the way down across his arm. But for the most part, you can't really see the burn on his arm because he's kind of sporting a dark combat suit with metal chest armor, almost like he ripped it off of a knight of arm and slapped it on. And had a bunch of like knife sheaths attached to his sides. Very long katana that I think right now he's plunged into the chest of one of these Nazis. He's got a very big red scarf that kind of like trails behind him. A bandana that he kind of wraps around his head, and a red mask that he ties around his head as eyes as well. All of it looks like tattered. You can't tell if it's tattered from overuse or is because he thinks it looks cool. He's got like a lot of pouches and straps, just way too many. Like he's got a whole belt with pouches and straps around him. On his legs, he's got like little pouches strapped to his legs for just whatever extra stuff he wants to carry around. And I think right now he probably like he's got like a katana in the chest of one Nazi and is grabbing at the gun of another, trying to like force it out of his hands, and just going like, "I don't speak Spanish." English, please. And he's trying to pull the gun out of their hand and like avoid the other gunshots coming his way.
Perfect. Also, just real quick, you got a 90s anime character in my 1940s comic book.
Yeah.
Back into the action. So you three, you see this person, this whirling dervish, sparring with these Nazis in the hallway. What do you three do?
I'm gonna go talk to the commander of this establishment. Try to get it doesn't seem like they're being professional here. So we gotta work this out.
I think the commander currently has a katana in his chest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'm commander. I'm like looking at everyone. I'm like,
I'm the commander now.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's that time, and I pull out my hat, and I'm like, okay, all right. And I'm gonna go up and be like, in German, everyone retreat. He's immune to gunfire.
Okay. Omission, I would like you to roll. Let's roll a. What's it called? Let's roll an influence someone.
And
so
I get
roll
to roll
a 2d6.
2d20s though, because I'm.
2d20s, yes.
Cool.
Plus influence.
Excellent. 2d20s. Ooh, I got a 6 and I got a 2, which brings me to a 7.
Okay, so on a 7 through 9, they get to choose one. So they take... Oh, no, that's for player characters. I'm so stupid. So on a 7 through 9, they need something more. Thank you. On a 7 through 9, they need something more. Evidence that this is the right course, guidance in making the right choice, or resources to aid them before they act.
Well, last time I shot one of my teammates, and that worked out well, so maybe again?
Or maybe you shoot at this newcomer.
Oh, no, he's too beautiful for me to shoot.
Milk's like, I don't know him well enough yet.
Yeah, like we're not at that stage of a relationship that I can just willy-nilly shoot him. Come on.
Or conversely, you could burn a bond to step it up to a 10+.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn a bond.
All right, who are you burning a bond with?
Who am I not doing well?
Me.
Yeah, let's do Torchbearer. I'm gonna burn that bond. I feel like our relationship is on the fritz, and he doesn't have the time to give it the amount of needs it needs. I'm a very needy man. But yeah, I guess like I am. I'm gonna pull out a torchbearer like photo, and I'm gonna be like, quickly, this assailant is coming for us. We need to retreat before they have us in the a panzer attack position. Back, my men.
Yes, Commander. And they rush past you, but there's like a little word bubble coming out one of their mouths. What did that commander say about Panzer? And then they rush outside with the Revenant chasing after them.
Wait, we haven't finished. I was just getting warmed up as he runs. He just chases after them.
Oh, I'm gonna be like, men, go forth. I'll protect you. Unbuttoning his jacket as he stands in front of this man.
I don't know. We just met. You're gonna take me to dinner, or I feel like we have a lot of differences.
Well, that depends. Do you like French cuisine?
Are you offering me escargot, or?
Well, I was more so like, like 5 cheese. It's a nice 5 cheese kind of pasta like thing. Oh. Yeah, if you're into that.
I'm actually, that actually sounds great.
I'm sorry to interrupt your flirting, but we are here on a mission. Omission.
Wait, hold on. Don't. If you guys get into the picture, he's going to look away from me. He's going to forget me.
Probably for the best.
And Drac, I'll just go ahead and throw this in here. There's this strange thing that happens whenever you like look away from this Nazi uniform officer in front of you, you forget they exist. And then when you look back and it was like, oh, hey, I remember you. But it's just a very strange thing that's happening in your brain.
Did I drink too much? Or are you just very forgettable?
Oh, God.
Both? Both is definitely an option as well.
Nah, it's okay. Torchbearer, why don't you talk to the gentleman? I'm gonna go see to my troops.
What's your name?
Depends who's asking.
Torchbearer. My name's Great Godwin.
Ooh, okay. Fancy. Red Revenant, pleasure to meet you. Why are you hanging out with that Nazi, and why shouldn't I throw a katana through his throat?
I'm trying to think of a reason why you shouldn't throw a katana through his throat.
Oh my gosh!
I promise he's not a Nazi. He's just pretending.
Okay. You sure it's not kind of a thing like dress for the job you want kind of deal? Because then you probably should keep an eye on making sure.
He's a problem, but not that kind of problem.
Okay. I didn't catch your name.
I am Dr. Fusion Leslie Leopold.
Oh. Glad you feel comfortable enough to give me your real names as well. I'm not going to give you mine. Probably should be more careful with that. But don't worry, I'm not like those kind of bad guys. Oh, that reminds me, we should probably run. I set a bunch of like fuses around here.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, let's go.
And then we turn the page and we see the three of you rushing through this open door as behind you the cement bunker like explodes in this fiery explosion.
The whole time Red Revenant's like, don't look
bits
back.
Of concrete.
Cool guys, don't look back.
Yeah. Perfect. And then you are standing next to the rubble, the smoldering rubble of this bunker. And the Nazis that were here have fled.
So, I got all your names, but why are you all here? I mean, I was into like kill Nazi, but I'm assuming that you came specifically here for a reason.
We've been working in conjunction with British intelligence, trying to ease the invasion of Britain.
Okay, that explains a lot, actually. Hi, I'm working with the British government as well. Sort of. I mean, it's more like they're paying me, so I guess I am working for them. I'm guessing you're all doing it for free, so I guess that's the difference. I'm more like on a contract freelancer kind of deal. Yeah, apparently I was meant to meet one of a team. I'm guessing it's you.
I guess.
Did you have any knowledge of this?
I don't know what he's talking about. I wasn't expecting any help.
Well, I mean, to be honest, it kind of seemed like you need some. This is a kind of a small team. Is this all I'm going to be working with?
Well, we have others, but they're not with us right now.
Okay. Well, I'm going to kill Hitler, so like if you're...
Everybody just calm down with killing Hitler. Okay?
I mean, it is going to happen.
Why? Are you sure you're working in conjunction with the British government? Because you seem to not like the idea of killing Hitler. An awful lot for someone who's against.
I don't like killing anyone.
Oh, we're not gonna get along.
Probably not.
Yeah. Do you like killing anyone? And he turns to Omission's still gone, right? Like, are you still in the vicinity, or?
Yeah, I'm chatting with the Nazis. Wait, they're here?
Oh, they have fled.
I was like, they're gone. They ran away and they left their commander. Those, oh my god! I'm putting down like.
You said you were sacrificing yourself. They were gonna let you.
That is true.
Oh, jeez, that's not what you're supposed to do. I'm just like coming back, like complaining, like God, I'm gonna have to like file a report.
You know what they are? They're a bunch of Nazis. Sentence. Dang it.
Yeah. So what? Bring me up to speed. How's Project Kill Hitler coming?
You're Kill Hitler as well? Okay, I think I might like this one. What's your name again? I don't think I got your name actually.
Omission. Yeah. And he's gonna like strip down naked and get into like his trousers and like straps up and everything. Okay. Yeah, no, I'd be down for a drink.
I mean, you are paying. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah. Normally, I don't pay at all as part of the territory.
This conversation is fascinating, but you asked us what our goals are. Killing Hitler is the long-term goal, but we are also searching for intelligence as to the energy source that that has been developed and what uses and weaponry they are developing for it.
Okay, and I was gonna say that's interesting, but I'd be lying, and I'm trying to do the whole like starting friendships with honesty kind of thing. That's not interesting at all. But have you met up with anyone else? I was with a group. Lady Crawler was there, a good friend of mine. Bristol Avon.
No.
They were meant to rendezvous.
Yeah, no, I saw their bodies broken and disfigured and torn apart by Ubermensch not too long ago, before we set out on this venture to kill Hitler. I'm sorry.
He's kind of like stares at Omission for a second, and one of the things that they didn't mention about his appearance is honestly kind of hard to have seen in the bunker, especially with the mask that he wears around his face, around his eyes. It's more like it's like a strip of fabric that he ties around his eyes with eye holes in it. But in the eyes, you see that there was no pupils. There's nothing. It's just black. Like the pupils, iris, sclera, all of it just pure pitch black. And he kind of glares at Omission and then says, "You're joking, right? Because that's not a funny joke."
I usually don't joke. I'm not really great with people in general, which is why I think I do well blending in with Nazis.
From what we understand, the invasion of Sicily did not go well.
Ubermensch arrived and pretty much just massacred everyone.
Weren't you meant to be there fighting Ubermensch, or at the very least helping that team?
Yeah, myself and Crystal Geiger. Crystal Geiger got infinitely messed up during it. As for me, I'm just a regular guy who people forget about. There's nothing. I did my best against Ubermensch, but he's not someone within my capabilities to kill. Yeah, none of us planned for him to be there. If so, I don't think they would have sent us at all, because Crystal Geiger was a liability during the whole thing.
You see kind of Red Revenant kind of, his hand twitches, almost like he's resisting an urge to grab for his sword, before he relaxes and looks up at Omission with a smile and goes, "Okay, well, are we doing this whole killing Hitler thing, or what was part of your plan? Because I kind of narrowed down where he'd be. I'm assuming you have an idea as well."
Let's look at our information, see if we can narrow it down even further.
Dr. Fusion will pull out a map and put it on the ground. pointing at a couple of things that are X'd out. We have been hitting strongholds here, here, and here. There are these additional ones that we are yet to find yet. Whatever information you have, we can try to coordinate.
Is this all you have?
As of right now, yes.
Okay. Looks like you really do need my help. David, would I know where he is? Or at least the place where he could be?
You absolutely do. And you know that... Hold on, I need to get the pronunciation of this word. Haus de Duschen Kunst?
That's not a real word.
What?
You're making that up.
Yeah, that's not a real thing. It's just your face.
Stop talking! I'm trying to have Siri read it to me.
You kiss your mother with that mouth, David.
My mother is a saint. Haus de Duschen Kunst.
There's a great woman.
Yes. He's going to be at the House of German Art, which is in Munich.
Okay. House of German Art. Okay, so while you're pointing all of these out, all of the bunkers you've hit out, he's just kind of like staring down at the map, shaking his head. You know, I'm usually the one that's not great with investigating. You're wasting a lot of time blowing these up. I blew this one up because honestly it was just fun. I followed some people in and I thought it'd be nice to like scare them, make them think that I was just going to be stabbing, shooting and stuff like that, but then boom, explodes and I walk out of flames, all cool. Anyway, no, he's not going to be in any of these. That. Thank you. He's not going to be in any of these bunkers. He's actually the narcissist as he is, takes one to their one, you know. He's going to be over in the House of German Arts Museum, so showing off his art. So that's probably the best place to find him. He's going to be there for, I don't know, probably a couple of days. He's doing a whole exhibition kind of thing. So yeah, any of you a fan of art?
Yeah, let's do this.
I don't understand art. It has no purpose.
Just point at something and say derivative, and then you're probably saying something right.
I like Norman Rockwell.
That went right over my head. I don't know. I think we might just follow this guy's lead when it comes to art stuff. Do you all have a ride, or do you just kind of walk or fly? I don't know if I've actually heard of any of you before, so I don't know if you have like flying powers or teleportation. Teleportation would be great.
No, I am just a guy.
I can fly.
You can fly? Okay.
He can fly. We kind of just commandeer vehicles where we need it.
Well, I have a vehicle. I also commandeered it, but also gave a sweet paint job. Do you wanna see?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, turn the page to everybody in this vehicle. Please describe what does it look like and what paint job have you given it?
It was definitely once like the little buggy or like vehicle that the members of the German Nazi army would drive, but he clearly stole it and spray painted it entirely red. It's a very bad paint job. It's awful. There's so many patches that are still green that he left behind. Like there's definitely like parts that you're not entirely sure if it's paint or blood on the hood of the car. You don't know. He's either a terrible driver or a great driver. You can't really tell. But and on the front he has like in white paint. He's painted the best he can two swords crossed over each other, which you figure that is probably his logo. And you're kind of just looking at it like, there she is. I call her the Revoir.
Shotgun.
Yeah, because like I'm the red shotgun. Okay, yeah, sure. But I just wanted to explain the name of it because I haven't actually had anyone listen. The Nazis don't understand most English. I haven't actually been able to tell them the genius of it. So I'm the Red Revenant.
Yeah, did you say something about Spanish earlier?
Yeah, I thought one of them was speaking Spanish, but I think it was just because they were like choking on blood or something. It just sounded, Spanish, you know.
German.
Okay, you don't know. They might be like bilingual.
This is true, yeah. I try to keep an open mind.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the Red Revoir.
Dr. Fusion pops the hood and just starts looking it over to make sure it's not going to blow up.
It's barely holding on, I think.
Okay.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the mid-roll section of Season 1, Episode 11 of Tales to Inspire. I'm your host, David White, and this episode is late. I'm very sorry. Those of you that are listening to this episode, when it is released, it is a day late. I really don't have any excuses. I just didn't get the episode ready this weekend to post on Monday. And I truly can't remember why my weekend was so busy that I couldn't do that. But maybe that's a good sign that my weekend was so busy that I couldn't remember why I didn't have time to do it. Anyways, this episode is getting ready now. I'm sorry it's late, but here you go. Also, how about Draconics? Let's have a round of applause. Woohoo! Woo! 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 For our first guest star on Tales to Inspire. I am so ecstatic that Drac was interested in participating with our little show, and I'm so happy. They have brought a really fun energy to these episodes, to this arc that you are about to listen to, and I cannot wait for you to experience more of the Red Revenant. Now let's take care of some housekeeping stuff before we get back to the episode. As you know, we are a show that is fully supported by the generous monthly donations of our patrons on Patreon. And if you've been listening to the past couple episodes, we have fallen below our $400 a month goal. We have fallen way below our $400 a month goal. As is the life cycle of a Patreon supported show. We have supporters come, we have supporters go, and right now we have $257 each month from our Patreon account. This is a huge blow, because at the beginning of this year we were making around 500, and in the past couple of months our patronage has plummeted severely. So I have plans for this network to make it bigger, to make it better, to make more shows, but I really and truly cannot do that without Patreon money. And $400 a month is a very important goal for us, because that is, I am able to pay our performers $5 for every hour we record. Right now, I'm still paying our performers for each hour that we record, but with only $257 each month, as opposed to our $400 a month budget, we are rapidly running out of money. Just this past month, Phil, Occam, and I were working on something that is super secret and will not be told to you yet. But I had to wait to pay Occam for the work that they did, because we literally didn't have enough money in the Misconceptions bank account. So we are really and truly scraping the bottom of the barrel, but I do not want to stop paying these performers for the amazing work that they do. We desperately need your help to get back to our $400 a month goal. I am not asking for you to give $20 a month or $30 a month. The $1 a month, the $2 a month, and the $5 a month option are fantastic options. They're not super expensive. They will just come out of your bank account and you will barely notice that they are missing. But if everybody who is listening to our show gave to us at those amounts, the $1, the $2, and the $5 amount, those are sustainable. It's not going to make a huge dent in your budget, but it will greatly help us out. as I said, we're desperate. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel, and I want to continue paying the performers for the awesome work they do. I'm not even paying the editor, me, for the work that I do on each episode, putting it together. Right now, basically all of our money is going towards paying our performers. So there's no other way for me to put it. We're in a desperate situation as far as paying our performers is going. And, that's kind of discouraging for me, honestly, because I have plans for other things, for paying artists to make new artwork for new characters and new shows, and we can barely pay the performers that we have recording with us. So I want to say a huge thank you to our patrons that are still here. You are making it able for us to still pay them, still pay our performers, and we love our patrons so much. And if we could get some new patrons, that'd be more awesome. If you like our show, if you like this show, if you like our network, if you like what we do, and if you like, most importantly, the people, the players that are creating this wonderful content for you, please help me pay them. Now, understand if money is tight, and maybe you just truly cannot afford the $1, the $2, the $5 a month option. You can still support us in a big way by sharing us on your social media platforms. Unfortunately, Twitter is kind of going to hell in a handbasket right now, but while we're sinking in this proverbial iceberg scenario, why don't you share us with some people on Twitter before it implodes on itself, and maybe drive some more traffic to our podcast. And also, go to iTunes. If you don't have an iTunes, find somewhere else to leave us a review. But just go to iTunes or go to any podcatcher service and write for us a nice little review. It makes us feel so much better whenever we see these words coming out and people liking our show. It means so much to us. But also it's important because it shows other people, potential listeners, like, oh, hey, this is a good show, and these people have nice things to say about it. So if you can't support us monetarily, please share us on social media, leave us a review anywhere that you listen to us. Both of those things will also really help us out. And we are coming up on the winter holiday season, and maybe you're wanting some cool items in your life, or maybe you have a loved one who wants some very cool items. Or maybe you want to tell your loved one to do something nice for you and to get some cool things for you because you're their loved one. Well, if you fit into any of those categories, have I got a deal for you? Because starting right now and going all the way to New Year's Day, we are going to be running a winter holiday special on our merch store. You can go there and you can buy whatever you want, and if you use the coupon code Esther Hates Christmas, I'll repeat that one more time for anyone who wasn't listening. Esther Hates Christmas. If you use that coupon code, all one word, all lowercase, in the checkout, you will get $10 off of your order. So if you want anything cool from the Misconceptions Podcast store, go ahead and head over to misconceptionspod.com and check out our shop. And that is all for our show notes section today. Oh, I forgot to say, with the holiday season ramping up, things are about to get a lot more busy for me, so I am going to take a break from editing and from releasing episodes for the month of November and December, and episode 12 will be released on January 2nd. So we're going to take our usual end of the year hiatus just to give ourselves some breathing room and some comfort during this holiday season, and I hope that you find some time to give yourself some comfort and time to yourself this holiday season. Well, let's get back to the episode, and I'll see you at the end. let's turn the page on this scene. And we have the entire team coming back together. So Geiger, Gwen, Sister Solstice, and Crystal Gazer are now coming in with the group. Where do you go to plan the assassination of Hitler that will take place at the House of German Art?
Where it's in Munich, so maybe we're in like a basement of a bar in Munich.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Okay.
With only
so we
one
turn the
way
page.
in. That's like a black little staircase in the corner that goes down, and there's 3 tables
Inglorious
and a
Bastard
bartender.
style.
We're in the kill box.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so I think I don't know. I want to have like maybe not. But we have the little yellow box that says "A Basement in Munich, Germany, April 1944." And I think we see all of you together. Are you in your superhero gear, or
Nazi uniforms, each and every one of us.
Absolutely not.
No.
I don't know if
Absolutely.
everybody
We're in
would be okay
Munich!
with that.
We're in Munich. Wear the gosh darn
Dr.
outfit.
Fusion would never wear one, even to infiltrate. It would not happen.
Neither would Torchbearer.
Can you guys at least be in regular uniforms? Don't be all up in
Oh, yeah.
your...
Dr.
okay.
Fusion is in his, like, what's it called? His, like, wool suit. Like, brown, plain-looking wool suit.
Like your professor suit.
And he's got, like, his gear in the, like, thick metal briefcase that he carries it around in.
Okay, I dig it.
Yeah, I'll have a new, nice, pristine Nazi outfit with nice, polished boots.
Okay. Yeah. What is everybody else wearing? How's everybody else disguised?
Well, I was gonna say, you'd probably see a little panel of me helping Crystal Gazer down the stairs.
Yeah.
Does she have, like, a foot cast?
No, I don't think she hurt her leg. She just, like, I think she, like, broke some ribs.
She's gonna
I
be
think that
real
was
sore. That's all.
the damage. Yeah, maybe some head trauma. I don't know.
And I'll go ahead and point out to you, just because time is weird because we're jumping around with time a lot. But the Sicily invasion happened in July 1943, and this is April 1944. So some months have passed.
Okay.
You might still be sore, but not, like, horribly
Yeah.
hurt.
Right.
I still walk down the stairs with Crystal, and Gwen appears dressed to the nines because it's a bar and that's her scene.
I think Dr. Fusion is also helping Crystal down the stairs. Just like
Or maybe this is the first time that you've seen her.
Oh, maybe. That's fair.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So let's narrate it like you three. So you three are arguing about you have to wear these Nazi uniforms. Just wear it. Just wear it in Germany. And then in the next panel, we have like the door opening and coming down this staircase. We see what do we see?
I think, for on her healing journey, maybe physically she is healed, but mentally she looks worn. Like her face looks like she's nervous to be here. This whole thing is making her nervous. So you see, just as she walks down the stairs, she's wearing just an unassuming like wool suit thing, like a women's suit type thing, and heels. And so she looks like high end, but she's her face just looks weary as she walks down the stairs. It's been a long journey to get to this point.
And Gwen will be next to her wearing a pair of really tight slacks for the time period and a shirt that shows off way too much cleavage for the 1940s in a female.
So you can like see her shoulders and neck?
Exactly.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Scandal.
Scandal! Whoa!
And next to them, who do we see?
Next to them is Sister Solstice, and clearly Gwen has helped get her ready for this since she's 13. And so she's got quite a bit of makeup going on, trying to look older. And she's in what may have been a tight dress on somebody else, but it's not like super tight fitting on her. Mm-hmm. And she's got heels and she's like standing up really tall.
Okay.
Is it clear that she's actually like 13 though? Like, is it like she's a 13-year-old trying to look older, or is she like successfully looking older?
I think she's a 13-year-old trying.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
They got their first fake ID and they're at the front door like, it's me, I swear.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
That's my name.
I think as you guys come down the stairs, you just hear like yelling, and Dr. Fusion is yelling at Omission. I will not wear the fanatical garb of those who bastardize my country. And then they see you coming down. And he just takes his hat off and places it as just,
So nothing much has changed, I see. We're still bickering like children.
I don't think like children. I think this is how everyone bickers.
well, he shot me in the leg, so...
Oh.
It's for a mission.
What?
Mom comes home and he's like, he shot me in the leg, Mom.
Oh, are you all right? She like goes to him immediately.
It's fine. It's been a few months.
Yeah, a few months. Get over it.
She like turns and gives this death stare to Omission.
As you're staring at Omission, you hear like a snoring sound, like, and in the corner you just see a man. I think he's wearing like a suit. It looks like a German businessman. There's the closest to a Nazi uniform that Omission could get him into, and he's got like a newspaper on his face, legs on the table, on his chair, and he's just out cold, sleeping, just going. You can like see the newspaper kind of fluttering with each breath on his face.
Who the hell is that?
That's our new teammate. He's gonna help us kill Hitler.
Oh. Well, that's good. We need some help.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, do you want to wake up now?
What? Oh, 5 more minutes.
Okay. We'll give you 5 more minutes, sure.
No, I'm good. I don't think I can get back to that dream. I hope I can get back to it later. What's going on? Are you done fighting?
Gwen walks Sister Solstice over to sit next to Torchbearer. She's most comfortable with Sister Solstice by Torchbearer. Just, honey, sit down. And then she marches right over to Red Revenant and is like, Hey. Tall, dark, and handsome. Totally my type. You're new to the team?
Yeah, it seems like you all needed help, and I'm here to give it.
My name's Gwen. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Kind of like looks past Gwen and looks at everyone else and goes, do you all just give your names to everyone? Is that why? And he points over to Crystal Gazer, why theirs just was revealed so quickly. You probably should be more careful about that.
People forget about me, so...
Oh, honey, everybody knows who I am anyway, so you're welcome.
Okay, well, this is the first time. I mean, hi, I'm Red Revenant. You can call me Red or Revenant, either works. Yeah, I'm here to help you kill Hitler, so you don't up, I suppose, like last time with the whole Uber Mitch thing.
You see Crystal Gazer shiver.
Okay, so you're tall, dark, handsome, and like killing people. Unfortunately, that really is my type. But I also had poor consequences in the past. Also, you speak ill about my friends again, we're gonna have a problem.
What? No, I mean, I think I think it's true.
Milk?
Omission.
Wait, hold on, Milk?
No, you don't get to call him Milk. Only I call him Milk.
Wait, no, it's my name. I get to. No one gets to call me Milk. It's Omission. All right, we had
this
very
conversation. You know it's okay for me to do it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, fine, whatever. One day you'll forget. Whatever.
Aww, I love you too, sweetie.
Milk.
while they're having this discourse, and after the Ubermensch shiver that Crystal Gazer gave, she goes over to Dr. Fusion and, like, she takes her gloves off and sets them down on the table and, like, kind of, like, leans over the table to talk to him. What leg did he shoot you in?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Oh, it was actually the right thigh, really close to a very vulnerable spot.
Oh, good.
Oh god.
Great. This, it was my right thigh.
She, like, looks down at his thigh and looks back up immediately with, like, red across her cheeks. She's like, well, I hope it's healing up okay. I, didn't really get to talk to anybody about how that whole Ubermensch thing went. It wasn't good. We weren't ready, and, by the time we got there, well, we didn't know he was going to be there, and, all them Brits, they were all already dead, and, well, I knew. I just thought I was going to die. I really did. I thought I was going to die. And you see she's starting to get worked up. She's like, I was just holding them back. That's all I could do, because I was waiting. I was hoping someone would show up and help, because I knew Omission couldn't do it.
He just kind of slowly puts a hand out and places on her hand. Well, for what it's worth, I'm glad you did not. And you will not be alone this next time.
She, you see her eyes get big and the tears that are welling in it start to kind of fall at the sides, and she's like, thank you. And she sits down next to him and kind of, like, holds his hand.
He just awkwardly, like, has his hand, like, turned in a weird position so that you can hold it. He's just sitting there like, okay, this is happening.
Gwen marches over to the table real quick and sits real close to Crystal Gazer and just, like, hooks her arm in her arm. She's like, don't worry, she's stronger than we think.
I mean, I held off Ubermensch for quite a while, I will say, and that is a feat in and of itself.
Agreed.
Also, will Ubermensch be at this party?
Not that I know, but I'll be honest, I damn hope so, because I have more than a bone to pick with him, but you're all going for Hitler. So, I don't know if you've been caught up, but Hitler is, stroking his own ego, as usual, presenting his own art at the House of German Arts in Munich. So we're probably going to try and take him out there. Not before I ask him a few questions, if you don't mind. And honestly, I would also like to have the killing blow. If you're cool with that, would it be? Is that okay? Does anyone have dibs already?
I think we complete the mission no matter the cost, and whoever has an opportunity, they take it. Let's not dilly-daddle in enemy territory.
Okay. I was originally hoping to have the rest of my team, Lady Crawler, Bristol Avon.
Well, they're dead.
Milk!
It's just a statement of fact.
A statement that you don't need to repeat.
We will have to dress appropriately. If you guys don't want to dress up as Nazis, I suggest let's get you an invitation. We get more intel while we're here in Munich and prepare our histories as in-depth as possible. So if anyone has any questions, we'll have answers quick and at the ready.
Oh, okay. You're a planner kind of person.
How long until the gallery?
3 hours from now.
Yeah, it's tonight.
Let's do it.
No time to plan at all.
Honestly, I thrive in this kind of situation. I usually just kind of run and gun. I'm assuming you're not those kind of heroes, right? So you're going to try and do this peacefully. What am I working here? What am I working with here? I just want to get that clear.
I think it's clear that we do whatever it takes to complete the mission. The people who are there support Hitler, and thus shouldn't be given any sort of mercy.
I do not think that Hitler's death will end this war, but it will place German occupation in disarray, which could give the Allied forces time to sweep in and take over.
It also really feel good to do it. You know, like, yeah, it's great for the greater good, but also just like a personal thing as well. At least for me, I don't know about everyone else.
No, as much as I want to tell you I want to run in there and get him while it's hot, it might be better if we try to infiltrate. And I know me and Crystal can dress really well when we want to, so we can get some invites, forge a couple. I mean, I've done that in the past. We can get in. Sister, baby girl, I don't know if you're going to make it this time in a dress. Maybe we can get you as a worker there. We can get you...
Wait, hold on. Are you bringing your... You're bringing your daughter?
Excuse you?
Is she meant to be in, like, school right now?
You think I'm...
Isn't it... She should be. She should
be. The real important thing here is he thinks I'm a mother?
You're not?
She's definitely not my mom.
You've almost never heard Dr. Fusion laugh, but he snorted at that.
Oh.
Hey, mothers, they're doing good work. Did I say something wrong here?
Gwen stands up so fast that the chair bends, falls over behind her. Oh! No. I'm too young.
Oh, she's not your daughter. Okay.
I take whatever drinks in front of me and I drop it in Dr. Fusion's lap. Oh my god. I'm so clumsy.
About?
Didn't mean it.
This was my best suit.
Ooh, that's a shame.
I feel like I did something wrong, but this is very amusing.
God. This is embarrassing, y'all. Can we act like adults here? I swear to God. And she gets up and she's just like, look, let the girl talk for herself. She's grown up fast. She knows a lot. Let her tell her story and why she's here.
All eyes turn to Sister Solstice.
Sister Solstice's cheeks turn even pinker than they were with the blush she was wearing. My name is Sister Solstice, and she takes a big gulp. I'm a witch, and I earned my place on this team. And she puts her fist down on the table.
Yeah, I don't agree with her being on here, but she does what she wants.
I mean, more power to her. So you do magic?
You could call it that.
What would you call it then?
I would call it summer magic.
Summer magic? Okay, I get it now, the name. Okay.
I didn't mean to speak in your place, Sister Solstice. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't apologize to anybody. It's just you.
See, I've earned my place.
I can respect that. Okay, sorry. It just caught me off guard. You just seemed very young, and we're definitely, like, butchering people. Like, today. I don't know if that's a thing.
Is it today?
Is it not today? Are we not
I don't...
butchering
GM,
anyone?
is it today? Can it not be today?
No, it's... Planning is boring. Action is exciting. It's happening tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Excellent.
All right, cool. Let's do this.
Gwen leans into Torchbearer's shoulder real quick. Do I really look old enough to have a 13-year-old?
No.
Thank you, hot stuff. I appreciate it.
Maybe like a 9-year-old.
While you're whispering to Torchbearer...
Kids are having children younger and younger these days.
While you're whispering to Torchbearer, you can definitely see Red Revenant, like, looking, like, trying to slyly look at Sister Solstice and Gwen back and forth, being like... like, are they really not? Okay.
Okay, and I think at this point, we enter into a montage. So go ahead and look at the special move section of your character sheet. And let's, in the next 3 hours' time, as you are planning to infiltrate the House of German Art, you can choose one of these downtime options. Spend time with someone important to you, gather intel, acquire an asset, rest and recover from your last activity, or comfort and support a friend. So let's go around the virtual table real quick, and let's find out which option does everyone want to choose.
I'd like Geiger Gwen to acquire an asset.
Okay.
And she's going to attempt to grab some invites. As many as she can get, just in case we can't infiltrate without them.
Yes, definitely. I think that's great. How do you get them?
Oh, she's going to use her feminine wiles.
I would expect nothing less.
She very begrudgingly puts on a very nice, very tight red dress and finds those who are working security.
Mm-hmm. And I think, again, we have like a wordless panel of like maybe these security guards are like sitting, talking, smoking, and then like we just have 3 panels of Geiger Gwen on the left, Geiger Gwen in the middle, Geiger Gwen on the right as she just walks by them, and like this security guard's heads just track her movement as she's moving through these 3 panels.
Yeah, she does the whole like looks at them, smirks, looks away, doesn't pay attention.
And then they follow after you, and then we just have a panel of you slamming down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 invitations onto this table that y'all are meeting at.
Don't mind me. Did what I had to do.
Nice.
Okay, who next?
I have a question.
Yes.
So I still have all the conditions that I had before
You
I
do.
left.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
You do.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, she's hurting.
Oh, Lord, she has conditions. Back it up. Yeah, rest and recover for sure. So she's gonna, like, sit and have a scotch on the rocks. And just sit at the table with everyone else and just sipping it and listening and looking worn and weathered and irritated at everyone, but happy to be back amongst her crew.
So maybe she has like this irritated face, but as she lifts the cup up to her lips, like we just see the corner of the lip just curl a little. Yeah. I love it.
And I think I'm going to unmark insecure. She's feeling secure in her team.
Good.
Dr. Fusion is going to comfort and support a friend, and he's going to go to Crystal Gazer and just kind of sit across from her. Are you sure you're ready for this?
You know damn well it doesn't matter if I'm ready. I'm coming.
Well, I can tell you are still hurt and still dealing with the repercussions of the events of Sicily. Just... if it is a situation you cannot handle, get out of it.
She shakes her head. She doesn't verbally agree to this, but she shakes her head. Like, okay, whatever you say. And then she like leans forward, and with the hand that held the glass of scotch as she puts it down, she reaches out and squeezes his hand and says, I know this ain't the time, but I thought about you a lot while I was in the hospital.
I'm not sure why.
I already suck at romance. This makes it awkward because he's so awkward.
Oh my god, that hurt me.
She's like, you are the smartest person I've ever met, and somehow the dumbest. You idiot, I'm trying to tell you that I like you. I have feelings for you.
Oh. He kind of just doesn't really know how to respond for a second. I do not find your company exhausting.
She like smiles knowingly. Like she knows Dr. Fusion. She knows this is the kind of response she's gonna get. So she's like, I'll take it. Maybe one day you'll actually really like my company.
Maybe.
Okay, do you think you both recover a condition from that exchange?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take away hopeless on that one.
Okay.
There you go. I will take away angry, because I'm more confused now.
You know when you're so confused, you just stop being angry? Yeah.
Exactly, like that's a thing.
Okay, who's next?
I'm down to go next.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mechanically, like my sheet is clean. Like I'm good. Like don't have any conditions, don't have any stress or anything like that. But I'm just for the narrative reasons. I think I'm gonna spend time with someone important to me, and I think that's gonna take the form of I think while everyone is like planning, while Geiger Gwen is out doing her thing, while everyone's doing their own thing, I think Revenant is like in the corner of this basement, kind of. It looks like he's looking through the map. Maybe he's got like a small like pamphlet or something of the museum, for example. But like in the pamphlet, he's kind of holding a black and white photo of him and Lady Crawler. I think it's probably like from like 2 or 3 years ago at this point, and it's just of him. It's very blurred because you can tell that they were taking it, like they meant to stay still for like quite a while to get these pictures taken, but just because of the person Red Revenant is, and he was just like messing with and teasing Lady Crawler the entire time, so it's just kind of like a blurred image of him like tickling her while she's trying her best to push him away and keep a straight face for the photo. And he's kind of looking down at this photo hidden behind the pamphlet to this House of Arts, and just kind of muttering to himself, saying, I'm sorry that I left. I should have been there. I should have been there.
Do you want to have a flashback to your last meeting with Lady Crawler, or do you want to move forward?
Yeah, I'll do a flashback.
Okay, so right after you say I'm sorry, we see a text box with like the lines are dotted, and we just see a text box that says, "But I don't understand. Why do you have to go?" And then in the next panel, you are no longer in this dark basement, but you're on the island of Sicily. And Lady Crawler's right there, and we see the British troops in the background making arrangements. We see Excalibur being edgelordy with the sword, the titular sword, strapped onto his back. We see Bristol Avon doing some cool tricks and things to entertain the troops with his water abilities. But we focus mainly on you two. Standing on this island together. Or no, you wouldn't be on the island, you would be in North Africa. Yeah, okay. So, all that but North Africa.
Okay. you know why I did this whole thing. The money is great. I'm not gonna lie. They're paying some good money, and always gonna take as much money from the 1% if I can. But I think I'm onto something with the gaslighter. I think I know where he is, and it's definitely not here. And that's the only reason why I took this entire job with the Brits. And, I'm not really much of a government man. And I honestly, they're not really a fan of me. I think they just like that I get the job done. But I have a personal vendetta. You should have a personal vendetta as well. Why do you want to stay?
Really and truly, Imika, I don't know who you're talking about. You go on about this gaslighter, but I have no recollection of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I keep hoping if I keep saying the name, you'll remember. Don't worry. I'll be back, and when I am back, hopefully you'll remember. But and he just kind of just very suddenly pulls her into a hug. Just stay safe, okay?
I should say the same to you, but I know you won't be safe.
Kind of pulls away with a smile and goes, yeah, unsafe is kind of my middle name. But that's why you balance it out, okay? Be as safe as I am unsafe, and then everything should be okay.
Of course.
So I'm gonna sneak out. Don't tell anyone because they absolutely will try to stop me.
You have my word.
Thank you.
Come back soon.
I'll be back before you can miss me.
Yeah. And then you turn your back on your longest friend and walk away. And then we're back in that basement with you holding the pamphlet and the picture.
Kind of folds the picture and pockets it, and then tosses the pamphlet behind him and joins the rest of the group.
Yeah. And then Omission, Torchbearer, or Sister Solstice, what are you doing?
Sister Solstice is wanting to spend time with spend time with someone close to you. Is that what it is?
Someone important to you. Yeah.
And she is wanting to spend time with Torchbearer.
Mm-hmm.
In an effort to just kind of reconnect, because they've always kind of had a connection, and that kind of got messed up a little bit when she agreed that killing Hitler was a good idea. Mm-hmm. And so she's wanting to just kind of reconnect and make sure
okay,
they're okay.
What does that look like?
So I think they're there in that space in the bar or whatever, and she's been sat next to him by Gwen, and she's just kind of talking to him and asking how things have been, just kind of trying to reconnect a little bit and make things feel normal between them, and kind of just trying to feel out is he still mad at her? Really, she's really teenaging it out in her head. She's oh my gosh, he's mad at me, I need him to be friends again, just
mm-hmm.
being a typical teenager. And she's just trying to act like nothing happened. She's so what happened since I've been gone? What's new? And she's just trying to play it cool. I don't know how he's gonna take that, but
it's been kind of difficult. I can't lie to you. It seems like everything's been so out of whack since Sicily. Before that, I don't know. It seems like nothing's going right. How are you feeling? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about this whole thing. I don't know if I'm ready.
Well, I can understand why you feel that way. But as a plucky young girl once said, you earned this spot on this team. I knew you had it in you the day that you walked onto that plane. And I believe in you for whatever it's worth.
Thanks, Torch. That means a lot. You're gonna have my back, right?
Always.
She gets a big cheesy grin on her face.
And Torchbearer smiles for the first time in a long time.
Torchbearer or Omission?
After talking a few moments with Sister Solstice, Torchbearer kind of feels lighter. It definitely helped to kind of have that connection restored a little bit, even just that little bit. And he excuses himself to go to the water closet. And in there, he kind of rests his hands on the rim of the sink and looks into the mirror, looks into his own eyes, and just kind of breathes. It's gonna be okay. You know what you have to do. And you can do it. And you see him pull up this kind of sack of things, and he starts pulling out articles of clothing, and they look pretty nice. A lot nicer than the beaten and battered uniform that he's wearing. We see silhouetted panels of torchbearers slowly changing clothes, and at the end of it, he looks back in the mirror and sees his own face looking back at him. He kind of sculpts his hair so the coif is facing the opposite direction, kind of gives it a wilder look, a younger look. And then he looks down at his hands, and he's got these glasses that he slowly puts on his face. This doesn't feel like what heroes do. But hopefully it helps. He kind of straightens his glasses and takes a deep breath and lets out a long sigh. We see him walk out of the water closet with this nice, like, maroon suit that almost looks suede, and this purple, like a deeper purple pocket square, just looking very nice.
Well, hell, Grant, you shine up mighty nice.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do.
You think it'll fool any Germans?
Yeah, maybe. I find people see what they want to see, you know?
Let's hope they want to see Goethe van der Gloss, Dutch art collector.
Gwen just, like, walks around the corner, sees him, and she's like, oh. And she turns around and walks back up.
So what mechanical option were you choosing from Downtime?
I chose to rest. Just
okay.
Just kind of have to take what he, like, that connection with and like the kind of, what's the right word? The reconciliation with Sister Solstice, and allow that to take some weight off his shoulders, and to kind of give himself a pep talk to calm himself down before, what we have to do. And I'd like to get rid of, I would like to say that Torchbearer is not angry anymore.
Aww.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Omission.
Omission is going to get a cigar and just spend the night at a Nazi bar, hanging out with Nazis, just taking some time for himself. Enjoying his uniform, so getting rid of the condition insecure.
Okay. And I think we turn the page and we see all these fancy cars pulling up, and we see like the huge spotlights shining up columns of light into the air, and we see this building which is one of the first of its kind, kind of this Aryan German architecture, and it's just very industrial, just plain brick walls, columns out in front, the Nazi flag hanging in between each column. We would just see all these nicely dressed people walking into the art gallery, and then we see a panel of the 7 of you in your various disguises also walking up the steps.
They're not gonna know what hit them.
And down in the bottom corner it says, "To be continued." End of episode. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Tales to Inspire. We'll be back with our next episode on January the 2nd. If you have social media, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Like and follow us at Misconceptions Pod for up-to-date information about the show, behind-the-scenes pictures, and just to show us your general positive feelings about the show. We also have a Discord. You can click the link below to join our Discord so that you can chat with other friends of the show and chat with other cast members directly. We also have an email. If you would like to contact us that way, you can email us at misconceptionspod@gmail.com. This show is fully supported by the generous monthly donations of our patrons on Patreon. If you would like to join that elite group of supporters and gain access to exclusive content, please consider joining our Patreon. The Tales to Inspire theme song was composed by Esteban Del Pino. You can find out more about his music on fiverr.com/IAM_WAKE. This week's special guest character was Red Revenant, played by Draconics. You can find them at Draconics on Twitter. Omission was played by Mitchell Wallace, who can be found at Mitch Bustillos on Twitter. Crystal Geiger was played by Marlo Bogus, who can be found at Marlo Bogwitch on Twitter. Torchbearer was played by Phil Montgomery, who can be found at BMC Philanthropy on Twitter. Geiger Gwen was played by Kristie Scheidemantel, who can be found at Polish Kristie on Twitter. Dr. Fusion was played by Occam Razor, who can be found at Occam Soccam Robo on Twitter. Sister Solstice was played by Kari White, who hates Twitter and refuses to get one. And I'm David White, your editor-in-chief. You can find me at Mr. Banana Socks on Twitter. The role-playing game system used in this production was a modified version of the Worlds in Peril role-playing game by Sam Joko Publishing, featuring elements from the Avatar Legends role-playing game and Masks: A New Generation role-playing game, both by Magpie Games. Tales to Inspire is a product of the Misconceptions Podcast Network. Find out more about our other shows and buy cool merch at misconceptionspod.com. And that's it for this week's episode of Tales to Inspire. Thank you so much for listening, and keep it nerdy, y'all.